Hey guys, so in this video we're going to be talking about Panax ginseng, which is one of the most popular herbs on the planet. So let's dive right in. Hey guys, welcome to Nutrition Library, where we take an evidence and wellness-based approach to supplementation and nutrition. If you haven't already, or you're new to the channel, do me a huge favor and hit the red subscribe button that's below this video, as well as that thumbs up so that you can stay up to date with all of our future content. Thank you so much. All right, so Panax ginseng is also referred to as Korean ginseng and is widely believed to be the what is considered the true ginseng. And the reason it's considered the true ginseng is because there are so many other compounds that are also referred to as ginsengs. Now, there is ashwagandha, for instance, that is also referred to as Indian ginseng. And then there are things like the herb Eleuthero, which is referred to as Siberian ginseng. And then you also have things like Tongkat Ali, which is often referred to as Malaysian ginseng. And then it even gets a little bit more hairy and more confusing because there are also some other herbs that are in the same family as Panax ginseng or Korean ginseng. And those are things like Panax noto ginseng, which is referred to as Chinese ginseng. And then you also have things like Panax quinquefolia, which is referred to as American ginseng. Now, the big thing to note here is that most of the research that has been performed on the specific ginseng class of Panax ginseng has been done on Korean ginseng, which is why we're gonna focus on that in particular in this video. All right, guys, so in this video, we're gonna be talking about the 5 primary health benefits of Panax ginseng. And the first one we're gonna talk about today is Panax ginseng's benefit for cognition. Now, the big thing to note when it comes to Panax ginseng's ability to improve cognition is that it's one of very few compounds that have been shown to actually improve cognition in healthy young adults. Now, for any of you guys that have done previous research on compounds that have been used to improve cognition, you'll know that it is very hard to come by compounds that show promise in healthy young adults. And so because of this, I do consider Panax ginseng's ability to improve cognition one of its more promising benefits. Now, when it comes to the aspects of cognition that Panax ginseng has been shown to improve, it has been shown to improve and reduce fatigue, improve reaction time, and slow cognitive decline. Now, there are several possible mechanisms that are at play here, and the first one is the possibility of Panax ginseng to improve the signaling of BDNF, which is a neuropeptide that is present in the central nervous system that is used to help keep neurons healthy, as well as kind of signal for them to grow and form new pathways. Now, some other possible mechanisms include Panax ginseng's ability to improve serotonin signaling, improve acetylcholine signaling, dopamine signaling, as well as its ability to improve neural mitochondria function. Now, the exact mechanisms are really only being studied right now, mostly in rodent trials. However, because of just the breadth of evidence that has been performed in both healthy participants as well as individuals that are going through cognitive decline, I do like to put Panax ginseng at the top of a fairly short list of compounds that are promising as neurotropic and cognitive enhancing compounds. Now, the second most promising health benefit of Panax ginseng is its ability to improve mood, and more specifically, its ability to increase calmness as well as subjective well-being. Now, when it comes to the mechanisms that are at play in its ability to improve mood, I will note that it's probably a lot of the same mechanisms that are leading to improved cognitive performance. And what you'll notice in the research is that compounds that generally improve mood also generally improve some type of aspect of cognition. And that definitely seems to be the case here with Panax ginseng. Most of your neurotransmitters like serotonin and dopamine and acetylcholine are highly involved in the ability of your brain to learn and the ability of your neurons to communicate as well, but they're also highly involved in your mood. And so again, generally speaking, when you increase cognitive performance or increase mood, you're also going to be increasing the other as well. Now, the third possible health benefit we're going to talk about today is Panax ginseng's ability to improve hormone function. Now, Panax ginseng's ability to increase testosterone in men has only been demonstrated in infertile and hypogonadic men at this point, and it does seem that this may be the only population that experiences a testosterone improvement from taking Panax ginseng. Now, the mechanisms here are fairly complicated, but it does seem that there is a fairly reliable ability of Panax ginseng to inhibit a specific enzyme known as the 5-alpha reductase enzyme, which is an enzyme that converts testosterone into actually a more potent androgen known as DHT. Now, because of this inhibition, there is going to be a backlog, so to speak, of testosterone in the body because your body is not able to as efficiently convert testosterone into DHT. But this isn't necessarily a good thing because, again, DHT is actually more potent as an androgen than testosterone itself. Now, there also may be some interaction with the androgen receptor specifically, as well as some antioxidant capacity of Panax ginseng, specifically as a testicular antioxidant, which is a good thing for most men. But the big thing to note here is that Panax ginseng also seems to be a fairly potent phytoestrogen as well, with fairly strong estrogenic activity in the body. So my feelings on Panax ginseng as a hormone regulator are fairly mixed. And I don't think it's a terrible compound to consume, especially if your estrogen kind of floats on the lower end of the spectrum, which most men aren't. However, another pretty big thing to note here is that I just simply wouldn't rely on Panax ginseng as a hormone regulator. There are other more well-researched and more reliable compounds to accomplish this goal, and if you're interested in any of those compounds, I do have a full write-up on a complete list that you can find a link to in the description. Now, the fourth health benefit I want to talk about is Panax ginseng's ability to improve libido. And specifically, which is it's kind of funny to say this, but specifically within the research, it has been shown to improve erection quality in men. And now the mechanisms here are probably two-pronged. One being Panax ginseng's ability to reliably reduce stress, which is going to improve libido in most men and probably has something to do with the dopaminergic activity of Panax ginseng, as well as its ability to also improve blood flow. And so I'm not going to get too graphic into why increasing blood flow is going to improve libido and erection function in men. However, suffice it to say that when you do improve blood flow as well as reduce stress and reduce fatigue, you are going to subsequently improve libido, which again is Panax ginseng's fourth possible health benefit. Now, the fifth health benefit that I want to talk about, super brief, and I think actually really is where Panax ginseng really shines, is its improvement to just general health. Panax ginseng has been shown to improve blood sugar regulation, improve immunity, decrease inflammation, decrease DNA damage, reduce cancer risk, improve antioxidant profile, as well as improve cholesterol markers. And again, I don't have the time to kind of dive into every single one of these specifically, but when you look at the breadth of evidence that Panax ginseng has as just a general health promoter and wellness promoter. I think this is, again, really where Panax Ginseng shines, and is one of the reasons that I do take it on a semi-regular basis. Now, when it comes to dosing, there's two primary things you want to keep in mind here. One is that you really do want to try to stick to a Panax Ginseng extract, just because from the evidence and the research that we do have, it does take a relatively high amount of just the straight up dry root powder to equal the effects of an extract. And so, for instance, the general recommendation for the extract is that you take anywhere between 100 to 400 milligrams, whereas when it comes to the dry root, I mean, you're looking at taking 10 grams of a dry root powder. And so it is just way more efficient and effective to take a standardized extract. Now, when it comes to that 100 to 400 milligram range dosage, the big thing you want to note here is that, typically speaking, the lower dosage range tends to be a little bit more calming, whereas the higher dosage range tends to be a little bit more stimulating, and that probably has to do with the fact that it's affecting so many different neurotransmitters, and when you dose it at different dosages, some of those active compounds begin to kind of take over and cause different effects at different dosages. But other than that, guys, that's all I have for you today. I hope you enjoyed this video. As always, if you have any questions, just leave me a quick comment down below. I do my best to literally get back to every single one of you guys. And so again, if you have a question, just leave it down below, and don't forget to subscribe and like, as always, and I will see you guys next time. Thank you so much.